up guys, EJ here, back with another video, and today it's going to be my Blu-ray DVD update for April 20th, 2020. Yeah, happy 420 everybody. Hope everybody is doing well as can be expected given what's going on these days. So yeah, I've got 7 new Blu-rays to show you, all from 2018. These are all comedy movies. Every year I seem to have a update where I get all the comedy films I liked from that year. And of course, everybody needs a good laugh these days. So yeah, I enjoy a lot of zany comedies, and a lot of usual suspects show up in these movies. So let's get to it. So first we have Action Point. With Johnny Knoxville and Chris Pontius, from the guys who brought us Jackass. I didn't love the Jackass films. I mean, they're fine. I wasn't a huge Jackass fan, but I enjoyed this movie. Johnny Knoxville runs a sort of rundown amusement park that's more interested in fun and entertainment rather than safety and those kind of things. And yeah, I enjoyed it. Zany sort of physical comedy hijinks. It reminded me of films from the 80s and 90s where like a greedy developer wants to come in and take over the park and bulldoze the land and use it for apartments or whatever, or expand their business. That's a similar storyline that happens in Action Point. A lot of comedies from the 80s and 90s had that storyline, and the band of sort of misfits band together to fight corporate greed. So I like that aspect of Action Point. Johnny Knoxville's fine. Like I said, I'm not a huge Jackass fan. I don't own the Jackass movies. I've seen them all, and they're fine, but I wouldn't really add them to my collection. But Action Point, I did enjoy. Alright, moving on. Up next, we have Blockers. Yeah, fun movie, of course, about parents trying to stop their teenage daughters who form a pact to get laid on prom night. I thought this film was fine. It was not as funny and as raunchy as I hoped it would be. Good fun cast. Leslie Mann, who's always great. John Cena and Ike Barinholtz play the 3 parents. Yeah, like I said, could have been a little bit better. I still enjoyed it. Of course, if you know what parents can be such blank blockers means, you enjoyed the premise of this film more than the actual execution, I'll say. But Blockers was fine. Alright, up next, probably my favorite comedy of 2018. I really enjoyed it, and that is Game Night, starring Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams, Carl Chandler. Yeah, a couple who have game night every week. And of course, Kyle Chandler introduces a sort of murder mystery theme thing, and it's sort of takes a turn into real life, and they're being chased by mobsters or whatever. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. My family and I play games as often as we can. We have a big sort of board game collection at my old house that my sister is taking care of. Can't play games at the moment though, but we did online last week, and we're going to again later today play a game. And I've been playing trivia quiz games with my mom's family friends back in England the last 4 weeks. So those have been a lot of fun, doing those all over online and on the phone. But yeah, game night, loads of fun. I really enjoyed it. Great supporting cast. Rachel McAdams I thought was terrific, and Jason Bateman's always great in these type of films. Game Night was probably my favorite comedy of 2018. Alright guys, moving on. Up next we have Gringo, starring David Oyelowo, who you may remember from Selma, I think was his big breakthrough. Yeah, good fun movie. He plays like a businessman who goes to Mexico and sort of gets lost and involved in all kinds of hijinks, and his bosses, hilarious performance by Charlize Theron and Joel Edgerton, sort of throw him to the wolves, if you like. Yeah, good supporting cast: Amanda Seyfried, Tandy Newton, Sholto Copley. Yeah, directed by Joel Edgerton's brother, Nash Edgerton. I didn't know he had a brother who worked in the business as well. Yeah, Gringo wasn't great. Not a perfect film, but I still enjoyed it. And like I said, big fan of most of the people in the cast, especially Charlize. I thought she was really funny in this. So that is Gringo. All right, up next, um, comedy regular over the past decade, and that's Instant Family. And the one I'm talking about is Rose Byrne. I mean, ever since she was in Bridesmaids, she appears in like one of these comedies every year. It seems like the Neighbors films come to mind. But here she teams up with Mark Wahlberg, um, young middle-aged couple trying to start a family, and they're intent on buying or adopting. Sorry, not buying the perfect foster child. But unfortunately, that child comes with their two siblings. So all of a sudden now they're caring for three kids and a teenager, which of course adoption you say you don't want when it comes to adoption. Yeah, good fun, not great. Mark Wahlberg was fine. Rose Byrne, like I said, she appears in lots of these movies over the past decade. So that is Instant Family. Alright guys, moving on. Up next we have The Spy Who Dumped Me. I wasn't expecting much going into this film, but this one really surprised me. It was a lot of fun, really funny, a lot of action, violence that I wasn't really expecting. Yeah, good fun film starring Mila Kunis and Kate McKinnon, Justin Theroux, and Sam Heughan also in the film. Yeah, fun movie about Mila Kunis plays this woman and her ex-boyfriend comes back and he's got assassins after him and all that kind of good stuff. Love films about espionage, and this was really funny, really surprising. Um, yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It was actually funny. Been watching Jeopardy, of course, during this quarantine every night, and they had a question about this film. Um, I think on Friday, where it was like take out one word, and this is a movie that has a similar title to a James Bond film, and nobody got it. It was The Spy Who Dumped Me, of course, a take on The Spy Who Loved Me, one of my favorite James Bond films. So that is The Spy Who Dumped Me. Alright, last but not least, really fun film from 2018 that I liked a lot, and that was Tag, starring Jeremy Renner, Ed Helms, Jake Johnson, who I'm a big fan of, John Hamm, good supporting people like Isla Fisher, who's always great ever since like Wedding Crashers. Love her in that. Definitely Maybe, which is more of a romantic comedy. Really enjoy her in that. Rashida Jones. Yeah, really fun film. I think it's loosely based on a true story about a bunch of guys who play sort of an adult version of It, or Tag as it's called. Yeah, Jeremy Renner just steals the show in this film. I thought he was so badass as this guy who like has never been defeated amongst his group of friends who are trying to just basically touch him, and he sort of has this sort of Matrix style ability to evade their advances, and it all takes place during his wedding, like in Vegas over the weekend or whatever. But yeah, Tag was definitely a lot of fun. I liked it a lot, and like I said, Jeremy Renner sort of redeeming his Hawkeye persona, if you like, in this film. I thought he was just badass in this film, Tag. Loads of fun. Regulars like Ed Helms, of course, big comedic star over the past decade. Jake Johnson, like I said, I was a big fan of him in New Girl, the TV show with Zooey Deschanel. I thought he was great on that, and the few films I've seen him in since that, I really liked him in as well. And John Hamm, of course, great as well. So that is Tag. So those are the 7 films, 7 comedies, all from 2018. Still working my way through my wish list of 2018. I don't have that many updates to go, maybe 2 or 3, hopefully, and then during the summer I plan to once I got one more DVD shelf coming today that I got to build, and that'll house my collection. Because yeah, like I said, I still got movies on the floor. But once that's up, once I've finished my 2018 wish list, I'm gonna do a full DVD Blu-ray collection series of videos like I did in 2016 and 2012, which will take probably a couple months to go through, try and pump those out once a day. So look forward to that. Hopefully we will still be in quarantine at that point, but who knows with what's going on with all that. So yeah, thank you for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see ya.
Bond. James Bond.